Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with chapter 3 of Destiny's Princess with Nobunaga. And let's see, chapter 3 is called Rock Shock. Wonder what Nobunaga wants with me this time, right? Let's go. Let's find out. You want to go on an excursion at a time like this? I sighed with riding a horse while Nobunaga roared in laughter. Battles already taking place all across this world. That wasn't what I meant. What do you plan on doing if we come across a demon? For the most part, his wound hadn't fully healed yet. He was so impulsive. I brought someone along just in case that happens. Then I pointed towards his nervous-looking vassals who were on alert. You put the vassals to work for you, just for this little excursion. Kaze, it would do you good to remember this. Nobunaga smirked. If you worry about the vassals' hardships too much, you'll lose sight of what's important. This outing is more important? He didn't answer me. He just smiled and lightly kicked the horse's belly. The horse sprinted off with vigor. No, I mean, father! Follow me. He's so troublesome. The vassals quickly followed him. Sometime after making the horse run, my field of vision widened. We were on a small hill surrounded by trees. Part was cliff. Beyond it, we could see the castle town in ruins. Nobunaga got off his horse and gazed down at the town. This is indeed a good view. A good view? You mean of that ruined village? I couldn't hide my discomfort and scolded, but Nobunaga didn't seem to care. You don't understand the amusement in building a brand new castle town. For a moment, Nobunaga looked down at the region around the castle. His voice echoed through it. All right, bring our lunch out. The vassals unfolded a carpet and laid boxes of food out on top of it. I was puzzled at how abruptly lunch was brought out. I have no idea what's going on inside that head of yours. Do we need a reason to go out on an excursion and have a picnic? He calmly raised his sake cup. I told you in the beginning I was uncertain why you would want to go on an excursion. Oh, my daughter's so verbose. I wonder who she takes after. Father! Nobunaga lay down on the carpet. Don't complain after coming out here. We came all the way to this place. Let's take in the sights. The vassals didn't understand. I was the first one to notice his unnatural word usage. Father, could it be you? Nobunaga looked amused and looked up at me from my side. Are you sure that's okay to ask that in front of other people? Nobunaga chuckled and pointed out toward the mountain pass, the castle town. I think you know this, but recently my memory has been a little hazy. I need to ask you something. Okay. What is it? Are Takeda or Useji here? Takeda and Useji? But Takeda hail from Kai and the Useji hail from Ichigo. I thought about the leaders of the neighboring countries and the daimyos that governed them. No, they aren't here. I don't know about those countries either. Have I traveled in time? Or perhaps this is a completely different world. Father? This is my head. Nobunaga laughed. It's nothing. Worry not. More importantly, where are the Shogunate? Is there an emperor? If there was, his name? Nobunaga asked a wide range of questions. It felt as if he was testing my knowledge. I was completely tired after answering his questions one after the other. You trade with other nations, right? What happened to the Christians? Wait just a minute. I can't keep going like this. What? You're already throwing in the towel? You disappoint me. Call me what you will. I sighed and tilted my head. Why do you want to know so much about foreign people? Our hands are full with the demons. In this place, we are. Nobunaga poked his forehead. They've bored in, but they haven't taken root. He must have been talking about the fake memories, and I wanted to ask, but not in front of the vassals. Hanabi and the others are suspicious, but they don't seem to think it's possible. Nobunaga stretched out his arm and pulled up some grass. It's the same with plants. Without roots, they can't survive. Plants are weak if they don't spread their roots. To foster knowledge into a big tree, they need to take root. Is that why you asked me those questions? But how are those things to the demons related? Nobunaga took his cap and smiled. He gazed at the mountains. It was like he could see past them. This world is vast. It's the same here as it is over there. Without doubt, he understood that he was taken from this world and brought here. What in the world? Is it strange that I figured it out? I nodded, and Nobunaga unexpectedly opened his mouth slightly. This is the second time. Second time? What do you mean? There's a demon! The vassal shouted in dismay and cut me off. From behind the trees, too. No, 3 demons appeared. A demon slowly stepped out. It was like a nightmare had begun in this peaceful sunlight. For a moment, I looked at them in a daze, and I grabbed my bow and yelled, "Protect father!" I shouted instantaneously. The vassals took out their swords and pursued the demon. I fixed an arrow and bow and took aim at the demons. I missed. The arrow went grazed the demon's ear and flew past him. Ah! One of the vassals was struck by the demon's claw and blood splashed as he was sent flying. I was shaking as I readied my second arrow. My shot this time was even worse than the first. I was at least a foot off and disappeared behind the cliffs. I looked over to see how Nobunaga was doing as he readied my third arrow. What are you doing? Nobunaga was calmly spread out on the carpet as he continued to sip his alcohol. What are you getting comfortable at a time like this? Hurry and escape! I considered this an opportunity. Nobunaga slowly pulled me toward him, and I fell on my bottom. What? What are you doing? Did you think you were good at using the bow and arrow just now? Nobunaga chuckled. From the looks of it, you couldn't even graze the demons. I expected too much of you. Oh, stop! I flared up and blood rushed to my head. I grazed them a little bit. Not very good with life for this situation. Are you sure? At any rate, if you can't take down one, there's absolutely no meaning in trying. If you're going to do something useless, at least have the courtesy to pour me some alcohol. I was so aggravated, I wanted to slap him. I raised my arm and intended to do so, but Nobunaga seized my arm. Oh, whoa there. He took the opportunity to hug my hips. What are you... Calm down. Take a gander. Nobunaga pointed toward the vassals fighting. Do you think they're going to lose? After he said that, I realized for the first time the vassals were winning. One of the demons was already on the ground. Now 5 of the vassals were taking on the 2 demons. Only one vassal was thrown back, and he was moaning on the floor. The other 5 were fine. As you see, the demons have little wit. Their skin is thick, but they have vital points. The vassals, on the other hand, are used to the demons. They have confidence after being in the army. If they're confident, they can stay calm. If they're calm, they can concentrate. Surround it! Go to the right! Aim for its ankle! The vassals communicated as they tried to take down the demon. But the demon didn't seem to understand human speech, which is why they could fight like that. I realized that once again. Individually, the demons aren't as mighty. It was intriguing. There were those things I learned by sitting here and watching them. As long as you can crush their heads, the demons are no different than insects. Nobunaga let me go and slowly stood up. I wonder who got themselves injured fighting one of those insects. You got me there. I can't say anything about that. Nobunaga put his hand on his hips and laughed contentedly. There are some things you can't see when you do them directly, right? Yes. I nodded. Nobunaga looked at me with a satisfied smile on his face. For some reason, I couldn't take his gaze and averted my eyes. He might be as scary as I initially thought. I didn't understand. I thought it was strange. No matter how sassy I was to him, he would smile at me like this. But I'm not sure I approve of you drinking while the vassals protect you. You are so timid, Nobunaga snorted. Their job is to fight. They are here to protect their master and their country. In return, we govern the country. We are to unify and lead them. Is that not so? You may be right. But don't worry about the vassal's feelings. If you do, you'll miss what's really important. Always look at your surroundings and keep your composure. Think about what those at the top should have. This time I couldn't take my eyes off him as he spoke at my side. While he was talking, the battle was finishing up. A second demon did a somersault as he fell on the floor. This is the last one! Great! Stop! The vassals were about to take on the demon, but Nobunaga held them back. My lord? Nobunaga turned around. Try shooting it. What? At that moment, my body became tense. Try shooting him. Yes, father. He was trying to test me. I had to respond to his whims. My lord, you don't need to trouble the princess. We can stand down. Leave it to her to take the demon out. But when they spoke, the demon became angry and it rushed toward the vassals. I won't say it again. Obey my orders. Nobunaga spoke quietly. He didn't raise his voice at all, which I totally did, I'm sorry. He was very composed. Nevertheless, I got goosebumps just watching how ambitious he was. Yes, my lord. The vassals' faces became stiff as they bowed their heads. Everyone retreat! Distance yourselves from the demon! Nobunaga put his hand on my shoulder. Shoot it down. That's the monster that brought misfortune to your nation. His voice was so powerful and hard to resist as he whispered in my ear. It was like his voice was controlling me. I raised an arrow on the bow. Wah! While the demon roared, it aimlessly walked over toward us. It opened its mouth wide and let out its tongue. Its arms dangled and swayed as it came closer. The vassals were injured all over from the fight, and they couldn't fight anymore. The wind drifted my way as it carried the scent of blood. Where should I aim? Even the vassal's blades couldn't finish off with one blow. I was sure it had tough skin. My bow wasn't very strong, and I wanted to take it down. I needed to aim for a soft spot. That's right. All animals have soft spots in their eyes, nose, and mouth. The easiest place for me to aim was its big mouth. How strange. I'm calm. And I was using my head. I calmed my breathing and took short breaths, and I fired my arrow at the demon that was closing in. As the arrow was launched off the bow, it went inside the demon's mouth. Ah! For a moment, the demon's eyes widened and let out a strange voice. It quickly fell face up. After I fired the arrow, I stood there and couldn't say a word. Great job taking it out. I was surprised by Nobunaga's loud voice, and the bow fell from my hands. Before I knew it, I cruelly stepped on our lunch. The bow fell on top of it. A moment ago, I was using it and took down the demon. I was sure it was weakened. It had fought the vassals prior. Still, I was the one who dealt the finishing blow. Shivers didn't run up and down my body until just now. I felt like I'd done something terrifying. I fell down on the carpet, but Nobunaga pulled my arm up. Nobunaga wrapped himself around me from behind and put his chin on my shoulder and whispered, Princess, a little while ago you told me there was a neighboring country. Beyond those mountains is the ocean, and beyond that is a foreign country. Yes? How about it? Don't you crave to control all of them? Huh? Before I know it, Nobunaga's hand came in front of me. He lightly placed it below my chest. He pushed his lips onto my neck and continued as he laughed. Today I offer you the country of the rising sun. No, I'll cross the sea and offer you even more. I felt dizzy from the top of my head. My face was red and my legs lost all strength. I was about to fall down again, and with the vibrations from the long side of my neck, strange breaths spilled out of my lips. I want to protect my nation. He wanted to control not only the land of the rising sun, but other countries as well. I never even thought about those things. Nobunaga let a sigh and chuckled. He let go of me. It's more important to put out the fire by surrounding your feet first. He suddenly fired off a sharp yell. Back to the castle. He finished his words quickly and rode his horse, and soon after he whipped it. My lord! What a man! He's like a completely different person. One of the vassals frowned. The princess needs an escort. It's fine. More importantly, you need to treat those wounds. 2 men should follow my father and protect him. After you reach the castle, bring a board to carry the injured and people to help. Yes, your highness. They started moving according to my orders. Your injury is shallow. Stay still and hang in there. I tried to make sure the vassal wasn't injured too seriously and let out a sigh. I then watched as the other men followed Nobunaga into the forest. I swear, what does he think he is? Unexpectedly, I never thought I was scared, but that man was frightening. He was like a flame that could explode at any moment. I might have brought a terrible person to this world. However, I felt good about one thing. He understands I'm not his real daughter. He felt different than when I thought he tried to court me in spite of being his daughter. Thank goodness. I mumbled that inside my head. I was truly thankful. Yes, thank God your father is not really your father. Knows he's not your father. Because that'd just be like, my father's been harboring these feelings for me for God knows how long. It's getting creepy. So we got 40% and we're heading to chapter 4. So that's pretty good. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!